Hello gamers, welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my series of random dungeon crawling using Axebane's deck of many dungeons and my own role-playing game, Delves and Dangers. It is a rules-light fantasy RPG that plays very, very well solo, but can also be played with your friends around the table or online. So, once again, this is Delves and Dangers, and so the story that is unfolding before our eyes in this random dungeon is this group of heroes: Medicius, the Minotaur fighter; Clestor Darkstar. He is the elf thief. He is usually in competition here with Clandor Stonefingers, who is a dwarf thief. And this is Nettles Pureclaw, and she is a Felcat druid. And they are on a quest to find a map mosaic on the floor of the Delve of Nura Wilkinson. Now, this map mosaic apparently, supposedly, is the entrance to the Kingdom of the Fae, and they are trying to find it so they can sell access to it. This is an old abandoned delve. And last episode, our characters came up against a very squishy situation, managed to work their way out of it, barely, and then they were attacked by Bloodwings, and they managed to fight them off, and now they are going to continue down the hall here. I think that's on screen. They're going to continue down the hall here, and they didn't really they just took what I guess you would call a short rest, like a little breather, and now they are heading down the hall past where the Bloodwings attacked them to see what lies beyond here. And I'm going to have that go that direction. Alrighty. Okay, so they're coming around the corner here. Yeah, I wanted to go this way. So as soon as they come around the corner here, there's creatures at the end of the hall here. I know I'm supposed to roll to see if there's going to be one, but I like the fact that I just have it like roll d6 plus PC's level to see if there's a creature. I just like to have a creature appear, period. So that's the way I've been playing. That's what I'm going to do. So we'll go with that or that. That makes that sense. We're going to go with... So I go 13 here because I usually use green as the darker one, and then this is, but I can switch around if 13 didn't make sense, and 13 didn't really make sense for the way that for the vibe of this delve and what it's been. So I went the other way, and that does make more sense. So as they come around the corner, they see in the distance some creatures that. Let's get this hallway here. I'll just say it's a 10-foot hallway. And then it turns. And they're coming up. Yeah, okay, so they're coming up here. And we'll just say they're coming around the corner here. And this is like a 5-foot passage. It's all good. And we'll have them there. Okay. And ahead are some critters. Now, according to my encounter table, there are 1 per hero. Okay, so that's what we'll do. We'll pull them out of here. And they have encountered these creatures before in this delve, so they it's making them itch. And one more. At the corner, kind of milling about, maybe eating some carrion or something, are some giant ants. And as soon as they sense them coming, they start down the hall after the heroes. So, it is time for initiative. Nettles goes after, Clestor before, Clandor before, Medicius after. All right, that's the initiative. So, the two thieves, of course. So, Clandor is going to, we'll just say he had his light crossbow ready since they've been at the distance of things. And Clestor also will shoot between his two friends here down the hall. They're going to both fire on this ant here. We'll do Clandor first, and Clandor has 5 dice with his light crossbow. Ooh, so he gets 4 successes and 2 exploding dice. All right, so 5 successes on a giant ant. I believe they have 2 armor. And we'll see and double check their stamina. Yes, so he takes 3 damage. And okay, and we'll mark off his stamina. All right, and then that was his shot. Clestor is going to use his short bow, and he does 5 dice with that as well. And he gets just 2 successes, which is not enough. It is a miss. So he is ineffectual against the giant ants heading down the hall. So that was their attacks. And the ants come, 1 attacks Clandor, 1 attacks Medicius, and the others move in to join in on the craziness. Okay, so attack on Clandor. They believe they have 4 dice. It's a bite. 5 dice plus poison. Ooh, so he gets 4 successes with an exploding die. So 5 successes. Clandor's armor is only 1. He's only wearing leather, so that's 4 damage. And he is going to have to make a strength resistance roll to avoid more poison damage. And I believe it is DL2. And he fails, so he takes an additional D3 poison damage. That's 1 more damage. Urgh. I hate bugs. Well, if you didn't smell so good, maybe they wouldn't attack you. Shut up, pointy ears. And so the attack of Medicius, that is 3 successes, and that is exactly the armor Medicius has, and that is a miss. So the other, now Nettles, she could use her short bow, but I don't know if she wants to do that. There's not very good there. She's got a spear. She's going to have to kind of wait. I think she's going to hold her action, but Medicius is going to smash at this thing right in front of it. There's not enough room really for her to act. He rolls 8 dice with his battle axe. So he gets 5 successes with 2 exploding dice. So that's 6 successes, 4 damage on his. It's still snapping at him with its mandibles and sting. And so we're going to roll initiative. All right, so Clestor goes before, Clandor goes before, Medicius after, slow on the uptake, and so is Nettles. Huh, same initiative as last round, interesting. All right, so Clandor is now going to use his, he just kind of drops his light crossbow, which he'll pick up later, by the way. And he is going to use his opportunistic attack with his battle axe. That's 6 plus 3 more dice. And he attacks the ant in front of him because it's technically engaged with Medicius as well. But that is only 4 successes. So he does only 2 damage to that, which is not enough to fell that ant. That was probably not a good idea. All right. If he moves out of the way, that gets a free attack on him. Because since he took the attack, he can't take the fighting withdrawal action. So he's just going to stay there and kind of take it to the face, I guess. Medicius is... nope, Medicius doesn't get to attack. Clestor does. Clestor... he's going to use his short bow again, I guess, and fire at this guy down the hall here. At this ant down here. Short bow, 5 dice. Oh, that's a pretty solid hit. That's 5 successes with 2 exploding dice. There you go, 5. That's 3 damage. Not enough, of course, but still pretty good. All right, and then the ants attack. So 5 dice on Medicius. That is a miss. And 5 dice on Clandor. And gets an exploding die. And another exploding die. So that's 2, 4, 5. So once again, that is 4 damage on Clandor. And this could be bad, folks. He has to make a strength resistance roll of DL2 or take an additional D3 damage, and he makes it, so no additional damage. His Dwarven Constitution managed to reject that poison, but he is in trouble, and he may have to activate his Healing Stone on his next attack, or he could be in trouble. All right, so now Medicius now. He is going to swing at the guy in front of him, try to take him down. That's 3, 4 successes with an exploding die. That's 5 successes, -2 for armor. That's only 3 damage. Still not enough to finish off this giant ant. They're pesky pests, these ants. These guys have moved up now. They're kind of crowding the hall, getting ready to attack their food. And so that brings us to Nettles, who she just really can't seem to do anything. I mean, she could try to talk to the animals, but these are ants and they're under attack and they're hungry, and that's all she's kind of getting from them. So she's going to use her healings. She's going to shuffle around Clestor and use her Healing Stone on Clandor. She has 1 charge left on this day and only heals 2. Better than nothing, I guess. So there's that. Now we go to initiative. It's being a tougher battle than I expected. Than they expected, I guess. Man, Medicius and Nettles, both same initiative as before. That is crazy. All right. So, Clandor is going to he's going to activate his Healing Stone with a touch of the base of his battle axe where he has it lodged to his chest. And he activates it by saying the name of Palin. He gets 4 more stamina. All right. And that's his action. He's going to kind of stick in there and hope for the best. Clestor is going to fire off his short bow. That guy fired off it last time. And misses. Deals no damage. And so that's the ants attack. Attack on Clandor. Oh my goodness. 5 and 2 exploding dice. 5, 7, and another exploding die. So 8. Oh my gosh. 8 successes. That hurts. So he takes 7, which is not enough to drop him. Thank goodness for those Healing Stone activations, or he would be down and that would be bad. But he is in bad shape. Oh, even worse, he has to make this could put him down. He has to make a poison save, and he makes no additional damage. Holy moly. Okay, so that was him, attack on him, and now the attack on Medicius. And he gets 3 successes. Ooh, actually damaged Medicius this time around. Medicius has to make a strength resistance roll, or he is going to take an additional D3. He has 5 dice. He only needs to get a DL2, and he gets more than enough successes. So that poison does not course through his system. Now it's his attack. He's going to try to finally take down the guy in front of him, even though right behind it, another one to step into its place. So he gets initial 4 successes. And he is going to roll 2 exploding dice, which only yields another success. That's 5, but that is enough to finish his off. So the other one's going to move up on him on its turn, which is very soon. All right. So that's Medicius' attack, and he's going to step into its space there to kind of give room for Clestor to get in there with his swords, because that'll help. So tactically speaking, he makes a push forward after he fells that creature. All right, so that was his attack. And Nettles, she's She is out of healing stone, and so she's gonna ready her bow. She's gonna get her bow ready. I'm gonna say that takes, so it gets to the end of the round. And Odysseus goes before. He's finally rallying himself after those horrible initiative rolls before. Nettles is still going after, and Clandor and Clestor are going before. Okay, good. So what's gonna happen is Clandor is going to attack the one in front of him. That's the order we're going to go in here. And he's going to use his opportunistic attack with his battle axe. No, he can't. He can't afford to do it. He can't afford to do it. He's got to use a healing stone. Got to. Oh, man. Only 3. Better nothing. With another lucky hit, he's going to go down. And he can't really move out of the way too much. So Clestor is going to move up, though, and use his opportunistic attack. Now he's wielding both of his short swords for 6. He dropped his short bow. He'll be picking that up later. And he's going to attack with opportunistic attack on the one that is attacking his buddy. And that is a good amount of successes. So that is 5 successes with an exploding die. So still 5 successes. Still not enough to kill that thing. I can't believe it's still up. But here we are. His tactical push did not necessarily yield complete results. However, Odysseus is going to hit the one that she hit with her bow earlier, because he can do that, this one here. And he swings his battle axe down and try to chop it in half. And he gets an initial 6 successes with 2 exploding dice, and that yields yet another success. So 7 successes, minus 2 is 5. Oh my gosh! Still up, but not by much. These ants are relentless. But that's Odysseus' turn. So Odysseus is going to take a bite, and that is 4 minus 1. So Odysseus takes 1 more hit point. And then Odysseus needs to make a strength resistance roll of 2. He makes it easily. Well, not really easily, only 3. But he still made it. No additional damage. Now, I'm going to roll to see if this thing attacks Clestor or Clandor. For the heck of it. 1, 2, 3, Clandor. 4, 5, 6, Clestor. Well, it's going after Clestor. Well, that was kind of advantageous. So that's 4 minus 1 is 3 damage to Clestor. So Clestor is going to take 3 damage. And he is going to have to make a strength resistance roll, DL2. And he fails and takes an additional D3 damage. Oh, another 3 damage. Not great. Now it goes to Nettles. Oh, wait. Forgot the one could have attacked. Oh, well, it just missed. How's that? Nettles is going to use her short bow and shoot at the one that Odysseus just chopped at. It's kind of it's tough. It's a tough shot, I think, shooting through this craziness. So you know what? I'm gonna give her minus 1 die. So she usually gets 5. I'm gonna give her 4. No, she used 4. I'm gonna give her 3. Uh-oh. Oh. So 2 damage. That's enough to get through. She actually drops it with a lucky shot from her short bow. Even through the noise, she did it. That's awesome. Great work, Nettles. Which brings us to initiative. Oh, Clandor for the first time is going after. Clestor still before. Odysseus with snake eyes after. But Nettles before. And she's on fire with that short bow all of a sudden. So, I'm going to let Clestor attack first. That's the tactical thing that the characters are choosing to do. And that is more than enough right on that roll to fell this one. So he kills the one that's been chomping on his friend, and he moves into the position here and is ready to face off and give, yeah. So that is his attack. Nettles, she can't really shoot with her short bow where she is here. It's just too much noise. Doesn't have a real clear shot. So she is just going to switch to her spear. And then that creature is going to attack Odysseus and misses. And then, we'll just have Medicius smash down on it. Now, this one's pretty healthy, so he may not be able to fell it on this turn. Well, and then again, with all those exploding dice. So right now, he's got 6 successes and 3 exploding dice, and that's another 3 successes. That's 9. Woo! It's close. Really close to taking that thing down. All right, so that is initiative. Because Clandor's going to use another one of his healing to give himself 6 more stamina. Now I think all he has left is the healing berry. But that's not too bad. All right, so now we do the initiative. All right, so Clandor after, Nettles after, Medicius. Oh, good, Medicius before, Clestor before. Okay. Medicius gonna chop down with his axe. Should do it. Barring some horrible roll. Yeah, he gets 2 exploding dice, 5, 6 successes right out of the gate. 2 exploding dice, 6, 8. So 8, that's enough to fell this ant and smash it into oblivion. Now there's some smashed clay stuff here, and there's some rubble around the corner, but they need to take a breather. Clandor eats his final, or his healing berry. And Clestor is going to use 2 healing stone charges on himself. 5, 8. Brings him close to... Alright. So they're battered and beaten, and only person left with any healing stone charges is Clestor with a healing berry and a charge. So, continue on though. And they turn the corner, and what do they find? Let us see. A long hallway with a monster at the end. Yeah, let's do it that way. All right. Let's see what this monster is. Man, it's a never-ending hall of horrors. All right. 35 or 53? Ooh. I like both of those. I think the one makes more sense than the other, but... yeah. Wow. Okay, you know what? I know I rolled like this, and this usually 35 is the way to go, and I should go with that one, I guess, straight out of the gate. I usually would switch it. Yeah, instead of like rolling randomly to see, I'll just say that that's what it is. So, down the hall... it's a way down. They've gone down the hall a long way. It's a long hall, and then right at the corner before it jogs to the left, they see a sinuous thing come around the corner, hissing, and it rises up, and like a hood around the back of it, it threatens them. So, our snake, big snake. Well, let me see what I can do. So Nettles is going to go forward, and she's going to make a nature roll to, and plus since she has animal affinity, she's a nature roll, she's going to try to make friends with the snake. She has some things in her pouch that might work towards that end. All right, so her mind is 3, proficiency since she's using something for her druid training, plus since she's a naturist, that gives her an additional 2 dice at this level. And it's a venomous snake, but they haven't attacked it. It might be hungry. So I'm going to say she needs a DL4 to, quote-unquote, charm the snake. Now, it's not magical charm, of course. Like, snake charmers will use music and stuff, whatever. And she's going to try to make this snake her friend. But she needs to roll 4 successes on this roll. And if she fails, she's close. She's not right on it. If she fails, it could have catastrophic. She needs 4 successes, and she gets 4 with an exploding die, so she gets it. So the snake, I'm going to say that first attempt, it doesn't attack, and it's leery, and whatever she throws something to it to kind of, and so she's going to make another attempt. If she gets a second attempt, she has basically made friends with it. And wow, she must have made an impression. So she got it. So the snake comes up, takes whatever it is out of her hand, and kind of, it's not a constrictor, so it just kind of hangs around her. I've got myself a friend. I like it. And she feeds it again whatever she has in her pouch that it likes. And it kind of looks at the other one suspiciously, and Melissa's like, I don't like this. That's okay. It's okay. Let's just see where this leads us. Here, my friend and I will lead. Let's go, Slither. So she's purring along as they go, because she's a fell cat. They tend to purr a lot. And this card doesn't necessarily make sense. There is a monster right there. Let me see what kind of monster it is, though. And if it's a monster, it doesn't make sense. I'm going to ignore it. But otherwise, if it was a monster the snake would have fought, it may be already dead. How's that? Let's see what it is, though. If it's another snake, for example, it might stick around. So we're going 36. All right, so that rolled a spider and a giant spider. So we're going to say the giant spider is dead and the snake killed it and was feeding on it. And so no harm, no foul. They go around the corner and we get ourselves. All right, so when we close off a level in Axbane's Deck of Many Dungeons, you usually switch over to a king, but this has a monster in it, which is kind of exciting. Let me take a peek. Oh, so this card has a pool. So we're going to use this card. All right. And then they're going to go down the hall and they're going to be at this door that is locked. And that's where we're going to continue next episode. All right. So fun times. So another magic pool. That was perfect timing. Well, I mean, one card down. Hey, beggars can't be choosers. No, I think that works out really well. So that is the end of this episode. We're going to see what lies beyond that door in that magic pool. We'll see if that magic pool leads to another part of Nura's Delve, or if it leads to the outside. If it leads to the outside, we won't know until next episode. I'm not rolling until then. No matter how much you beg in the comments, it's not going to happen. And then if it leads to the outside, we're going to have the map be on the floor. And if it doesn't, at least another level, we'll be moving on to another level. And we'll also roll to see if there's a guardian in there. So, but we're going to do all of that next episode. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I'm just going to throw out there at the end of this episode, I have started membership. YouTube's been going after me to start memberships for a long time. And I never really thought I had anything to offer. But I feel, you know, if you get your episodes earlier, that's something, some shout outs. Jamie Almond and Tabletop Wonder have already signed up, become members, and it makes me, thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to me. But check it out, look at my posting. I'm not going to go on here. I might make a separate video to kind of talk about it and my reasons for doing it and all that. But right now, I just want to mention I have memberships up. If that's something you're interested in, support my channel, give me a chance to buy some more dice, you know, buy some more tile. I just bought some more tiles for some of my pulp stuff coming up. So, you know, I mean, you know, I do it for fun. But at the same time, it always helps to help, you know, support the channel. Anyway, so that's it for that. Until next time, thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.